Hey, survivors. Welcome to another episode of Survivors Talk with me, your host, April Jackson Hunter. If this is your first time joining us, let me give you a little quick background history of who I am. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I am also the author of Mercedes Closet Keeping Deadly Secrets. I am the founder and the president of Mercedes Closet Incorporated, which is a nonprofit geared to helping survivors of violence like myself. Today on Survivors Talk, I had a whole other topic that I was supposed to talk about today, but something in my spirit moved. I had a very bad mental space the last couple of days, and so it moved me to talk about this. Like I said, I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I suffer with a lot of things that comes as a result of what happened to me during my trauma. I suffer from post traumatic stress. I suffer from anxiety. I have panic attacks. I have insomnia sometimes, and some days I have depression. I be depressed a lot, and this week was no exception. Um, I've been battling with being depressed for the better part of this week, and it comes out of nowhere. I don't have control over it, and the thing I really want to talk to you guys today about is to stop and listen, because even the strongest soldiers need to be rescued. And I say that because I'm always known as the strong person inside of my family. Everybody puts all of their baggage on my back. I take care of the house, I take care of the cooking, I do majority of the cleaning, and I also do things that I have going on with my nonprofit, my books, other books. I'm doing ghostwriting right now. Like I have a lot of things on my plate, and I purposely did not show up like I normally do on Facebook or to my social media outlets just to see if anybody would notice, just to prove a point. And it's like I'm normally on there every day, full force. Good morning, da 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 da. I'm with my posts. I'm with my stuff that make people interact with whatever I got going on with social media. And I didn't do it for a couple of days just to see if somebody was going to notice. Nobody noticed, and it's like everybody's so caught up with doing their own thing. It's like when a key person that's always up present pulls back and nobody says anything, it's like nobody even cared. And it's that because we so busy in our own life and in our own surroundings, like when family and friends are seeking help or are drowning silently, no one notices. And this is how suicides can happen because people silently leave cues for us to help them, and we don't see it because we're so caught up on what's going on in our own life. So I say that this, if you know somebody that's been going through things like me as a domestic violence survivor, a survivor of any kind of trauma, childhood trauma, sexual assault, trans violence, any kind of violence, and they always seem like they're happy, happy, happy because we're trying to make ourselves happy on the inside. And what with me, I had to really sit down and have like I actually had to talk to a couple of my friends that had got that to that point where I was, I don't know, very bad, very bad downfall. I was crying. I was doing the whole, what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards with the depression thing. It was bad for me this week, and it had got to the point where I said, let me just reach out and let me just talk. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a couple of people just to get my headspace back in the game because I cannot advocate for healing if I have not self checked in with myself. So you need to do that. Self check in with yourself if you're a survivor. If you are a victim, go on your road to survivorship. Self check ins are a must. You must take a time to self check in to where your mental space is. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to check in on you but you. You can say, "Oh, I need to talk to somebody," and this when they will come and talk to you. But at the end of the day, if you're not speaking up or not being vocal, nobody's going to notice that you're drowning. And I say to people who are here, and somebody that's going through that, take a moment, just reach out to them. If you see that they're not showing up like they normally do, take a moment and say, hey, I see that you're not as active as you normally be, or you're a little bit more quiet than you normally are. Like, what's going on with you today? You know, just a moment to just say, hey, let me just check in and see how everything is going. And I really, what I'm saying, once I start talking to my friends and I started feeling better, sometimes it only takes a little vent, a little bit of encouragement, just from somebody else other than yourself. Because it's kind of, sometimes it get kind of hard that we keep reassuring ourselves, but sometimes we like, well, this is us, and you know, outside reassurance can't help. Just self care is a must, especially when you've been through so much. And I said this earlier. I was talking to someone earlier, and I was saying that like it took me a long road in my life with domestic violence, and it's what I'm going through is I'm probably going to be going through it for the rest of my life. And it's just like I suffer in silence a lot because I'm, like I said, I'm the strongest person. I bear the most weight in my family. It's just been that way. And most of the time I suffer in silence. So when I do be going through things, I don't tell anybody. Because if everybody's looking for me to be the strong one, and if I'm not strong, or if I don't appear to be strong, then what's going to happen to the rest of everybody else? So I just tend to just suck it up and just keep it pushing. But some days is way worse than others. And on those days, I need a little bit of, okay, sister girl, I need to talk to you because some days today is not right. And it's cool. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Just take that time because you got to be kind to yourself. You've been through a lot. Your body has been a temple for a very, very long time that you have been abused. So when it comes to your healing process, you know what I'm saying? It does not, you know, you got to mold yourself back into your new norm. You can't get back that old person. And who wants that old person back? That old person was shattered and just beyond recognition. I know I was broken pieces. I was broken pieces for a very long time. And I try my hardest, to put the pieces back together. But I was doing more damage than I was good. So I decided to let the pieces fall where they may and work on being something new. Whereas I was always this quiet, booky, nonchalant person, my past self, my future self. I'm very outgoing. I'm very outspoken. I'm an author. I'm an advocate. I'm a founder and president of my own nonprofit. So sometimes your new that you put together will be way better than the old you. Again, self-care is a must. Self-check-in is a must if you are a survivor, if you are a victim on your way to survivorship. Self-care, self-love, self-check-in. These are things that we are working on right now. And if anybody's in your circle can't respect that you need a moment to yourself, some time to yourself, then you need to put them on the back burner until you can deal with whatever they got going on. Because right now, we're focusing on us, making us into our new, and it's okay. And for those of you who are friends, or family members, or survivors, or victims, when they need a self moment, you have to respect that. You have to respect these new boundaries that we're putting in place, and just be a part of our healing process. If we need you to talk, we will be able to talk to you. But if somebody needs a moment, just let them have it. Don't get in your feelings. Don't get uptight or go to the left because we need that. That helps us. And like I said, self care, self love, self. Because we've done so much time with give. It's time for self. So continue to be blessed. Continue to love yourself. You guys, I know this was a quick in and out because I had a totally different other topic, which I'm going to go back into next week. I just had to put it out there because I like being vulnerable, you guys, because I like being vulnerable so you guys can know that I'm not only speaking from something I've seen online, I'm speaking from experience. If I could sit up here and be vulnerable and tell you that I was depressed last week, like I was crying, I was in my feelings, like nothing I did helped, I was just not myself. And it gets that way sometimes for me during my battle with healing because I have those days. I'm not perfect. I'm human, and I'm in this process like everybody else. And I have days. I have days that I really just can't get out of bed some days, because I deal with a lot. I deal with a lot with my trauma, with my feelings, and my feelings really did affect, my feelings were really affected by my trauma. And it's like, it took me a long time to trust anyone. It took me a long time to let myself depend on somebody. It took me a long time to be okay with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Going away from me, I kind of like grabbed a hold to my kids. They were my security blanket. Like, even though my kids are grown now, I'm still like mother hen, and it's just how I am. It's like I need to protect and protect and protect. And I'm always the protect of everything. That's why I became like the strong person in the family because I'm always like, no, that was me. And sometimes soldiers get weary and soldiers get tired, and soldiers do need rescue. And I thank you guys for just allowing me to be vocal with you guys about my feelings, about depression, about my healing journey. I really appreciate you guys. And if any of you guys want to come on Survivors Talk and share your story, feel free to email me at mercedescloset@yahoo.com. You don't have to worry about showing your face. Your face don't have to be showed. You can, what I'm saying, do anything you want to do. You can just use your voice. We can just do vocals. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I just did an interview and she didn't want to show her face. So, it's like, it's okay. Nobody has to know who you are. Nobody has to know your name, know your demographic. You know what I'm saying? Just share your story. It helps you to release it, and it helps somebody else know they're not alone. So feel free to come on and share your story with Survivors Talk. And if you guys have a topic that you guys would like me to discuss, just feel free to inbox me as well, to email me as well. You guys can find me, my nonprofit, and any of my books at www.mercedescloset.com. You guys can find me all over social media, Facebook and Instagram at April Jackson Hunter or Mercedes Closet. You guys can find me on Twitter at Mercedes Closet. I really do appreciate you guys for just taking a moment to come in and talk with me today on Survivors Talk. And I look forward to chatting to you guys next time. Thank you.